Alright. Settle down, folks. Yes, it's me, your favorite chess.com chaos merchant, Ajit Shamanto, aka Mikhail Tal 6449. Beaming directly into your screens. You might have seen this game floating around. Maybe heard some so-called experts try to figure out what on earth I was doing. Forget them. You are getting the real story, the exclusive scoop, straight from the horse's mouth, or should I say, the magician's sleeve. Okay, so today I invented a gambit. Yes, you hear it right. A gambit for black. So let's dive into my little adventure against my opponent. Buckle up. So here guys, we are in the game, starting the game. D4, knight f6, c4, c5. Pretty standard, trying to look respectable. Then d5, knight e4, boom. Knight takes the center stage. Why? Because reasons. The positional concepts that mere mortals wouldn't understand? Or maybe I just liked how it looked there. Menacing c3. Who knows? My opponent plays f3. Understandable reaction. Really? Get that weird knight out of my face. So naturally, I respond with queen a5 check. Annoyance level 1. Gotta make react. Knight d2. Sensible. Too sensible perhaps. Because right here, lane in whisper. My brain went full galaxy brain. Or maybe it just short circuited. Just e like. You decide I unleashed knight c3. A brilliant move. But according to Stockfish or your favorite engines, it is a blunder. So here is the gambit I invented. The Mikhail Tal Gambit. Alright folks, so we get to this position after knight d2. Means after knight d2. White just blocked my check and developed a piece. Looks normal, right? My queen's kind of floating on a2, a5. My knight's on e4 being poked by the f3 pawn. So now the normal chess brain might think about retreating the knight. Knight f6 or knight d6. Right? Maybe developing something else. But my brain, well, it apparently saw knight c3. Wait a moment of divine inspiration? A calculation error? Did I spill coffee on my mouse? The world may never know. So, what's the immediate idea behind sacrificing a whole knight on move 5? It's a concrete tactics. If white takes the knight, which they basically have to take, b takes c3, then my queen immediately swoops in with queen takes c3. This hits the rook on a1 and the pawn on c3. White must save the rook. In the game they played rook b1. So right away I'm guaranteed to get at least one pawn back for the knight by eventually taking on c3. But though I played d6 first in the game, the threat was there. The immediate point is sacrifice a knight to damage white's structure, activate the queen and regain some immediate material instantly. The compensation, what I really get for the piece. Okay, so I'm down a knight for a pawn or two. That sounds bad, right? But here is what I'm hoping to get, the compensation. Wrecked pawn structure for white. Look what happens after b takes c3. White gets these ugly double pawns on the c file. The c3 pawn is isolated and can become a real target later. Structure matters, folks. Super active queen. My queen goes from chilling on a5 to being a total menace deep in white's position. In queen takes c3, maybe hitting a2 little like in the game. An active queen early on can be incredibly annoying for the opponent. Initiative and complexity. This is a key. By making this wild move, white has to react to my threats. I'm creating chaos, making the position unbalanced and complicated. In a rapid game, putting your opponent under this kind of pressure, forcing them to solve weird problems, is often worth more than a pawn or maybe even a piece. Potential development lead. Sort of. While I sacrificed a developed piece, or a developed, or you can say a developed knight, white also has to spend time defending, like rook b1, which might slightly delay their own ideal development set. So, is it objectively good? Now, let's be real. If you plug this into Stockfish or your favorite engine, it's probably going to scream bloody murder. Objectively, sacrificing a knight this early for this kind of compensation is likely unsound. White with perfect play should probably be better, maybe even winning. But chess isn't just about objective truth, especially in fast time controls. It's about practical chances. It's about making your opponent uncomfortable, asking questions they can't easily answer. So, why should you play the gambit? Why play a move like this? Because it's exciting. It throws the theory out the window. It leads to sharp tactical positions where calculation and nerve are key. It's playing in the spirit of attacking legends like Mikhail Tal, prioritizing initiative, complexity, and physiological pressure over quite positional, strict material counts. You're basically saying, okay, I might be down a piece, but you can handle the chaos I'm about to unleash? Sometimes the answer is no. So, a summary for you all before you use the gambit. So, the move knight c3, the Mikhail Tal Gambit, isn't about being objectively perfect, it's a practical risky shot. You sacrifice a whole knight to immediately win back a pawn or two. Wreck white's pawn structure, activate your queen, and create maximum chaos. Hoping your opponent cracks under the pressure, it's risky. It's probably unsound. But man, it is fun. So look at it. Magnificent, isn't it? I'm a genius ahead of my time. Did I forget which way the knights move? Is it profound sacrifice that shatters white structure for eternal dynamic compensation? Let's say, just say I clicked the button and hoped for the best. My opponent probably blinking rapidly, b takes c3. Fair enough, and I snap back it with queen takes c3. Your rook or your life. Okay, maybe just the rook. Rook b1. Trap this side. Fine. d6, time to pretend I have a plan and develop something. Bishop b2. Queen a5. My queen is already done more traveling than I did it last year. e4. Oh, shiny. Queen takes a2. Nom nom nom. Free pawn. Who needs development when you have material? Opponent is probably wondering if I'm even playing chess anymore. We get this little dance. Queen c2, knight s6, rook a1, knight b4, queen c3. While trying to trap my adventurous queen, cute. But f5. Remember this little guy. He is going places. Rook a2. Knight takes a2. My knight is now basically a secret agent deep behind enemy lines. On a2, weird flicks. But okay, queen c queen e3, a4. The pawn train is leaving the station. Bishop a3, knight b4, bishop d3, c6. Okay, got a development sometimes. Pretending to be solid for a moment, but then destiny calls. White plays bishop b2. Hold up, wait a minute, Did they just forget about my little pawn that could? The one dreaming of glory on Evan. Oh yes, they did. A3. Suddenly White's bishops are looking very awkward. They have too much. The rook. Bishop takes h8. My poor rook. We hardly knew, but the mission must continue. f6. Locking it down. Knight b3. a2. Hello, anyone? Home on a1. King f2. Rook a3. Double attack. The knight on b3 is looking nervous. Knight e2, trying to wedge out. But it's too late. Time for the piece de resistance. Forget subtlety, sorry. Rook takes b3. Kaboom! Sack the rook. Why? Because we can clear the path. Opponent must block with knight c1. And it doesn't matter. a1 equals to queen. Behold, my creation. Two queens, I have the power. Sorry, got a bit carried away there. Two queens, pretty good, right? White takes the bait, knight to b3. I gobble the rook, queen takes h1. Let's check the stocks. Team black, two queens, team white, a collection of random bits and bobs. Advantage. Me should be smooth sailing, but where's the fun? Is in that. Bishop e2, queen takes h2. More pawns, gotta catch them all. If white plays, knight takes c5. Bless their heart. A final desperate lung? An attempt to confuse me? Buddy, I live in confusion. Because bishop takes h6. That check to your queen. Career prospects. Hitting f8 and h1. Queen a3. Queen h4 check. King f1. Running scared. And now, folks, the exclusive Mikhail Tal 6449 pretend checkmate delivery system. Watch closely because bishop d2 setting up shop, threatening unspeakable things on the back rank. Queen a4 check. King f7 sidestep. Queen d1 blocking one threat. But wait, there is more. Bishop e3 covering all the key squares. White only has one move to delay. Queen e1. And by blocking h1, they seal their own doom. Queen h1. Checkmate. So, game over. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you potentially sacrifice into will this glorious mess. So, the $1,000,000 question. Genius plan or pure, unadulterated luck? Honestly, probably healthy dose of both. But hey, it worked. Forget engine evaluations. Sometimes you gotta balance the chaos, right? What was your favorite moment of my tactical tightrope walk? Let me know your theories about Knight C3 in the comments. I need a good cover story. If you enjoyed the exclusive look inside the mind of a madman, I mean chess player, smash that like button and subscribe for more tales of my questionable chess adventures. This is Mikhail Tal 6449, aka Adrit Shamanto, remind you to always calculate one move deeper or just sacrifice something and hope for the best. Peace out.